Hello my loves, hi my hive tribe, it's Queen Urbane and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you join the fam. If not, it's whatever. So I'm going to talk about something that is actually not talked about in the Level Up community. And I care all about improving the Black woman experience, and one thing that ties into the Level Up a whole lot is isolation. And isolation is something that's very much promoted within our community to really help you tune into yourself, your identity, your desires, and use that to grow and expand into whatever person you want to be. Most likely a more feminine woman, a more just high caliber woman, and a woman of great value and respect. So through that evolvement, it is encouraged that you isolate yourself, but the mental health aspect of isolation really kicks in when you are feeling lonely. So I really wanted to talk about in today's video as to why it's so hard to find level up friends. I know everyone talks about how you have to embark on this journey alone, but in reality, people want companionship. And as a person who cares about the Black woman, and this channel talks about improving the Black woman experience, I'm also going to be a person that encourages sisterhood, which is not talked about in terms of your level up in femininity journey. And that's because women are very competitive. The more you level up, the more you come off as competition to other women. Even if it's not on purpose, you look good, you dress good, you hold yourself a certain way, even if you aren't a person that quote unquote dresses up, if you have a feminine aura, if you carry yourself a certain way that makes you desirable and you attract men or attract people who like feminine energy, then you naturally become a competition to a woman who doesn't have the same aura and presentation as you. And then that can really make you suffer in relationships. Who wants to be friends with someone who's always accusing you of like low-key trying to take their man? When you're not trying to do that, you're just being yourself, and he might just be interested in you because you're that much of that girl. So that is a reason why the level up journey can be very isolating. And though it's encouraged, be strong enough in your mind to not be discouraged by that, but understand that that is an aspect to it. Another reason is that women are catty, and we fear judgment. So a lot of times when you embark on your feminine journey, whatever it is, and depending on how drastic you take it, so if you were a person that was a tomboy back in the day, then you like fully flip the script, and now you dress up all the time, you talk different, you move different, you hang around different places, you may worry, or other women may worry that you are acting like you're better than them because you are presenting yourself a certain way, so it's making them feel more insecure about who they are and what they should be doing. If anything, they might start to talk down about you, or say you're doing too much, or call you some type of derogatory term to make sure that they're protected in their identity as you expand yours. So that can feel very isolating. And that's why women struggle so much in a level up journey of finding companionship, finding a friend, finding someone who understands them and wants to embark on this journey with them or encourages this journey. When you level up yourself, that is really challenging everyone around you as well. Because as you change your mindset, as you change your functionality, as you change, your decorum, you are also saying to the world that I didn't like what I was doing before. And most likely the people that were in your life, women, men, whoever, the social circles you were around, they were participating in the stuff that you were doing before. Y'all were in alignment in terms of energy. And that's how y'all became friends. Y'all was at the same wavelength, same vibration and lifestyle and functionality and way of being, and that's how y'all became to, a group, a pair, an associate. People who are similar to each other will connect, or in certain equal stages in their life. So as you expand yourself, you are telling yourself that, I don't want to deal with what I used to deal with. And as you change yourself, that really challenges other people and puts them in a position subconsciously or consciously, depending on how intellectual the person is, but it's really going to make them think or force people to think, wow, if this person is changing, do I need to change? And a lot of people don't want to change. A lot of people aren't willing to sacrifice and change to achieve whatever goal that they want. So they'll start to talk down on you or disrespect you or say little shady, snide comments. And that's where the cattiness comes in. Think of any really reality TV show. As someone is coming up, you'll hear a lot of hate and things of that sort. Or a lot of, oh, she only did this to get that. Oh, she didn't deserve that. Oh, we used to be the same, but yeah, not the same anymore. So as a person says that out their mouth, that we used to be the same, like that we're used to, rings in their head subconsciously, and allows them to realize, wow, I'm still where I am, and look at where they're going, and look at what they're doing, and look at what they're entertaining, so that aspect can also make the level up isolating in terms of externally, but internally it can feel isolating as well. If you're doing a lot of things that is drastically changing who you are as a person, like for me personally, I like to dress up a lot. I like to just be bougie and that girl, because I think I'm that girl. And when I was first embarking on my journey, the parts that no one talks to you about is that sometimes you're nervous to share your journey with somebody else because you feel like they're going to judge you. Like, if I tell someone my aspirations in life, let's say your aspiration to level up is to have a better relationship, to find a better partner. Like, I'm talking about a partner with means, a partner that values you, a partner that is respectable and is, knows how to carry himself. Or your reason is for monetary reasons, which, let's not lie, a lot of women's reason is that, when you say that to somebody, though that is a real aspiration to have, how many women do stuff or men too, do stuff to solidify those aspirations. But when you say that out loud, sometimes to certain people, it can come off as shallow. And you're scared of that judgment of coming off as a shallow person, though this is a natural aspiration that everyone has. When people work at a company, at a career job, and they grind nonstop to get from entry level to top of the corporation, name partner, whatever, they are doing that for the monetary aspect of it, or the power of it, or some other reason besides them just loving to work. There has to be, a drive to keep you going when things get hard. You just decided to channel it into something different. And you might still be trying to chase those other things, but you've embarked on a more individual, unique journey that is, I want to go about it this way. I want to go about something this way. And, in today's society, especially with like people talking smack about girls like the city girls and things like that, which, I'm not going to comment on that. You do you with the city girl stuff and how you go about stuff. But in reality, these type of mindsets, these type of functionalities have been going on since the dawn of time. If anything, women weren't vocal about it before. It was more secretive, but we all knew what it was. And women are now speaking about it today. And then as we speak about it more, of course, there's more backlash from the media and society and everything. So it really still, though there's a platform for you to say it, a lot of women still hold that fear in their heart of that judgment that people will give them from them speaking their truth. Not just judgment from people seeing you change and then like they're assuming you're doing something better, but they don't really know because you didn't tell them. But then when you actually speak about it out loud to somebody, that judgment might really come, and or they might really shun you in a way. And in reality, especially in today's society, a lot more people are vocal in something of just speaking your truth. But it takes a certain level of courage and boldness to even be able to speak your truth. Even me right now on this camera talking about it, there are days where I literally am like, oh my God, I'm telling my YouTube channel all the tea, all the stuff I'm learning. And then it's like, man, whatever. Y'all judge y'all want to. It's really my vibe. So that is, a reason why the level up journey can come off isolating. And then lastly, women don't typically have a tribal mindset, especially Black women. Like, we are not as likely to see another sister and be like, hey sister, like, let's come up together, especially when classism and things like that plays in. And let's talk about it. Let's talk the honest truth. Level up is a level of classism within itself. If it's not monetary, it's within mindset. There's poverty mindset, and then there's abundance mindset. And when a person has an abundance mindset, it is so valued. It is such an important aspect to your brain that you kind of do have to separate yourself from being infiltrated from poverty mindsets, or mindsets that, will stop you from growing. And that's where the lack of tribalism comes in for women, and especially women of color, especially for Black women. We kind of are so stereotyped that we don't want to be associated with other women that might even hint towards a stereotype. But I really want to discourage that a little bit. Of course, live your individualism and really be able to maneuver by yourself, because you don't want to get so glued to people that you lose your own identity. Like, not at all. But I really think that we have to kind of stop this dividedness in the level up, and really help other women achieve, and be able to cheer other women on when they achieve. Because if you're gonna have an abundance mindset in what you can attain, then you should have an abundance mindset to what all women can attain, especially your fellow sister. If there's enough for all of us to eat, then if there was enough for you to eat, then there should be enough for all of us to eat. So that's not something that's encouraged much on, a lot of feminine channels at all. A lot of these level up channels, it never talks about the friendship aspect of it. But I think the friendship aspect of it is very important, because the level up can get really lonely. It really can. If you don't, especially if you're in a weird space where you can't find someone like you, and then that if you just walk up to, like, come on, in today's society, if you just walk up to a girl like, hey, can we be friends? I mean, I guess you can do that, but I wouldn't do that. So I, like, at least me personally, I think about stuff like that, and it's like, I mean, I guess if I struggle with certain stuff, then I know other women do. And I mean, I don't struggle to a huge extent. I do still have a lot of friends, but my journey is my own. So one thing that I would like to share with you to help you have more leveled up friends. So I do have, like, a circle of friends that, we're all bougie, we all participate in the same stuff in just different ways. And this is what really allowed for this to manifest, was to share your journey with women who have the same goals as you. So if you overhear a woman, just like a girl, you're talking with her, you're hanging out with her casually, or like in a more intimate setting, and she talks about her aspirations, if it sounds similar to yours, then speak your truth. There's a lot more power in actually speaking about the intentionality of your life than acting like you just freestyled this and it just happened randomly. Think of anyone who achieved their dreams or did anything that they desired to do. They talked about it with intentionality, and if they kept it a secret, they at least let it be known that they have a mission and a plan for their life, though they didn't speak about the intricate details. Because as iron sharpens iron, people are influenced by each other. So if you are able to speak about your journey, and then you find out someone who's equally, going through the same journey, or is a little bit more advanced than you, they'll let you know, like, hey, I'm going through that same thing, or I've been through the same thing. Here's, like, what I've learned. And you take what you want from that information. You eat the fish and spit out the bones, if it's not something that you can't apply 100% to your life. But it's really important to grow and expand off of other people. A lot of people act like they're so higher than somebody else, and I don't believe in that, like, sedity, like, lack of humility lifestyle. Like, your vibe should give off that I don't play that, but you also shouldn't give off like, ew, I'm, like, so unapproachable, because that's not feminine either. So being able to be warm with another woman by just speaking your truth and being able to really share your life and your aspirations and your dreams, or the things that you're doing. If if it will help her in some way, that can really build a companionship that she might not be on the same level as you, because, let's not lie, like, there's not levels to this. But, you might help her come up a little bit more to be on a close level to you, that y'all can actually have a close friendship and be sisters, or you might learn that, she just don't believe in that stuff, and then that this person's not for me. But I think there's more truth, and there's more love, there's more companionship, and there's more growth in actually sharing your journey than keeping it a secret. You can move with caution, of course, because use your discretion when you see a woman, you hear the stuff that she's talking about, and if she gives off vibes that that's not her mindset at all, then of course don't share it with her. But if you found someone who you think had a similar mindset to you or functions the way that you do, and y'all close, or y'all seem like y'all could get close, then, speak to her. It's never wrong to build a friend. Network is everything. Network is also phenomenal for your lifestyle and your level up, trust me. And then next, I would say look for women who have the same interest as you. So that's kind of the same thing, because, they might not have the same goals, because if you're on a level up, you might have specific goals that you want to achieve and change in your life. But same interests might also help. If you have friends who are sedity, even if they're not on a level up, they just always been sedity, always been like bougie and things like that, and you want to be more bougie, or you want to hang around people like that, then of course hang out with people that like really represent who you are as a person. It's a lot harder to level up and be a certain way while hanging out with people who are nothing like you. You like to dress up and then you hang out with nothing but tomboys. That's ridiculous. It's not going to work out, and then you're going to always feel pressured or ashamed to really flourish and be the person that you want to be. So find friends with interests like you. If you like are on Instagram or something like that, come on. Like in 2020, everybody wants a friend, especially with quarantine. It is so delightful to meet a new friend, except for those girls that just have beef with everybody, and then they're on their own journey that is just, they just struggling with something on the inside when they're beefing with everybody in the world because everybody wants to be like them. I don't know. I think girls like that are strange, but let me not go into that stuff on the side. But more so, you see a girl who's always dressed up. She looks like she likes to have a fun time, especially if you have like one of those Instagram friends that y'all be like sending each other emojis, little hearts and stuff when they post stuff. Y'all never hung out, y'all never really talk, y'all just kind of comment on each other's stuff on social media. Then, in today's day and age, you never feel afraid to just DM her, like, girl, like, you look like you are so fun. You look like, I love the way you dress. I love whatever, we should like totally like go out for drinks sometime or something like that. And that's how you get to know somebody. You don't have to become best friends with nobody overnight, and expect to spill everybody's secrets about life or anything. But just that's how you build a network. It's very important in your feminine journey to be able to be approachable and social, because that will help you in all aspects of your life, especially in your level up, And so reach out to people. If you see someone with an interest like yours on social media or in person, I don't know if you are bold enough to do something like that in person, where you like walk up to somebody and say, hey, can we be friends? Everyone's more technology today, but if you have the strength, the ability to like DM somebody or message somebody and make a friendship like that, you can really flourish into something amazing. And if it don't, like, just act like you never it ends up going bad. Just act like you never met them before, because that's what, you met them through social media, so like therefore they don't even really exist. Like, that's how I would treat it. Like, for real. And then lastly is be as kind. Just be kind during your level up, and not a judgmental B. Like, is all I can say about that. Like, you get more with sugar than you do with salt, or vinegar. So, of course, as you level up, you're going to change your mindset. So, of course, you're going to be a certain way. If you dress a certain way, if you act a certain way, but you don't have to look down on other women who don't 100% follow the stuff that you do. That never hurts anybody. It's more better to be that woman that it's just a good vibe versus a bad vibe. Like, we've all been around women that's just like, like looking like they got something stuck up their butt. Like, and every time they interact with people or every time they're in a room, and it's really unnecessary. And it's much better. And if you look like that one to women, then you definitely look like that to men. Like, no guy gonna be like, oh, I like that angry looking girl, and like try to run up to you. Like, come on, no. People like people who are smiling and laughing and approachable. So, treat other women with respect. If you met a girl, both on your quote unquote level up journey, and she shares something with you that you wouldn't particularly do, you don't have to necessarily judge her because of that. Like, if she decides she doesn't mind participating in this thing to get her money or whatever, which that's not something I would do or somebody else would do, you don't have to be like, oh yeah, we don't do that over here. Like, you don't have to be rude at all. Just, it's always better to say, whatever works best for you, girl. Like, I'm here, I got you, girl, I support you, yada yada. Like, it just never hurts to say something like that to a fellow woman, than just being rude or judgmental or nasty. Like, it's not necessary. And when you hurt somebody's feelings, you're really a reflection of all the things that's ever happened to you in your life. When the first reaction in your head is to be nasty to somebody, or judge somebody based off of the way they function, then that just means, to me, in my head, is that you've received that your whole life, like judgment. So all you know how to do now is judge. You are rude. You've been rude to everybody. I mean, people have been rude to you your whole life, so your first reaction is to be rude. You are a product of your environment, so when you come off nasty, you're just the result of nastiness. And that says more about you than the other person. It never hurts to just be like, that's not really my cup of tea. Which you don't even have to say that part. Just like, girl, that's you do you, yeah. And if it comes off as rude, especially if it's something that like was actually a secret that person didn't feel like they would feel comfortable sharing with anybody else, you could always say, oh, because of my religion, my whatever background, like, that's against what I would personally do, but like, I totally understand why you would do something like that. Like, I understand like why life is how it is, because things happen, people function, people are a certain way. You don't have to be rude, and it's not even feminine to be rude and stuck up and nasty. A lot of women think that acting like they're better than somebody is the way of life, but it really is not. It's like, it's not good. It's sad, and it's very isolating. And no one wants to be around shade all the time. No one wants to be around rudeness all the time. A fun shade here and there, but when someone's nonstop, like, you just come off as a nasty person. So that is why it's so hard to find level up friends, because women are just unique creatures. But there's ways to push through. And if you ever want a friend, you have a friend in me. Follow me on Instagram. It will be commented, linked in the description below, as well as thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel. I was thinking about making like a group, maybe a friend group or whatever. I don't know, but it would be on Instagram regardless. So be able to share and love a fellow woman. This journey is difficult for everybody. It's not super difficult, like in terms of strenuous, but like, if you're changing your life for the better, then there's going to be some challenges that come with that. So always respect another woman on her journey, because if your journey is not easy, then imagine her journey is probably not easy either. Okay? Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.